Okay, I'm not loving that lighting. Okay, well, this was supposed to be a Zoom chat, but 3 p.m. on a Friday is apparently not a good time, so I am going to do this as a recorded video initially. And if anyone wants to do a proper live chat, I can definitely pick that up. So, all right, let's pull up the website that I need. Just a second here. All right, perfect. Okay, so the topic today is the Borgen Project and why you should donate. I'll start off by saying that I am currently an editing intern with the Borgen Project, and I primarily work on editing articles that go live on their blog on the website. There's also a fundraising component to this internship, and that's why I am here today to solicit money from you, essentially. But there are a lot of really good reasons for why you should donate. So basically, the Borgen Project is a nonprofit organization that is addressing global poverty and lobbying at a national level, for our local leaders to really place their focus on different legislation that is, trying to end global poverty. So that's kind of the gist of sort of what they do. According to their website, I'm going to read this. The Borgen Project operates at the 10,000-foot level. We go big. We work with leaders of the most powerful nation on earth to improve their response to the global poverty crisis. So there's a lot of congressional relations. So that's meeting with US leaders to kind of build support for legislation for poverty reduction programs around the world. There is mobilizing, getting people from across the world to kind of join in these efforts that make global poverty kind of a political priority. And that mobilizing is a lot of like getting volunteers, signing people up for internships like what I'm doing, and the Borgen Project brings people on for a variety of different volunteer sort of aspects. So there's writers, there's editors, there are people who are solely focusing on, I think, the fundraising side of things. So there's a lot that goes into this. They also work to educate, like teaching basic advocacy skills that allow citizens to communicate effectively with their government regarding global poverty. And then it's, of course, building awareness that, these are issues that affect everybody. And, there are a lot of really great pieces of legislation out there that are fighting against global poverty, whether it's, fighting to keep girls in school or, trying to improve the pandemic response around the world. So yeah, definitely like raising a lot of awareness. And that's what the blog for the Borgen Project tends to focus pretty heavily on, is like what's happening around the world, who's doing what, who's putting forth these measures, who's funding these different aid programs. So there's a lot of really interesting stuff going on to try to combat poverty around the globe. So how does your contribution help? Well, your donation allows the Borgen Project to continue doing all this advocacy, mobilizing, educating, raising awareness. And it also kind of ensures that, our local leaders are kind of being made aware that these issues should be at the forefront and here's what they can do. So that's kind of what your donation would help with. The other side of that is I have to raise $500 in order to complete my editing internship. And frankly, I'm not very good at fundraising. So I'm trying to do this to raise awareness. I think this is a really important issue. And again, it kind of affects everybody. When one of us is sick or starving in the world, we're all at a disadvantage. So, I think that if there's anything that we can be doing on an individual level, if there's anywhere that we can be putting our money, knowing it's going to a good use, is definitely by getting involved with the Borgen Project. So Not everybody is in a position where they have spare funds where they can donate to these causes. So there are definitely other options, as you can see on the screen. You can call or email your local representatives. The Borgen Project has a really easy way to do this. If you follow the link that is listed here and you select email your representatives, it takes you to this super simple form to fill out. Basically, you plug in your name and your address and it populates your local representatives. And then you can choose from one of several issues that the Borgen Project is championing, and that will just sort of automatically shoot an email to those people. And the more emails and calls that your local leaders are getting on these issues, the more attention they're going to pay to them. So that's really important. Normally, if there were other people in here, I would include a link to my donation page in the chat. However, I can't do that. So when I am done with this and I'm done recording, what I will do is either in the description for this video, if it winds up on YouTube, I will put a link to a place you can donate with more information about the Borgen Project and why, fundraising and mobilizing and advocating for this is so important. Otherwise, I'm probably going to put this on Facebook and a link to Twitter. So I will include my donation link there as well. So I guess maybe another question I should answer if anybody's at all curious. You're probably not, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. I'm trying to break into the world of freelance editing. It's something that I've always wanted to do. So I was really excited to take on this internship because it's like such a wonderful step through the door into the world of editing. And it's been really fun because you get writers of all different writing styles, of all different backgrounds who have, very specific ways of conveying information. So I've been able to work with a lot of different writing styles, while also, trying to make sure that everything that I edit that gets approved is following the Borgen Project's, style guidelines. So it's been really fun to learn that. It's been really fun to kind of see how different writers will sort of put together their information, what kind of sources they grab, kind of how they want to structure the way they tell a particular story about a topic that they've chosen. And that's been really interesting. So I actually kind of look forward to maybe being able to write an article myself for their blog, because I think it could be really fun to kind of see and work on the different side of things and be a writer for this organization as well as an editor. So the editing internship here is like 12 weeks. So I'm actually getting really close to the end, hence my big push for the fundraising half. Right, so I'm almost done with this internship, and I'm gonna be really sad to kind of leave it behind because I really enjoyed it. But it also has kind of got me thinking about what I want to do going forward and continuing to work as an editor. I say a lot, don't I? I'm so sorry. I'm so bad at this. So many filler words. My gosh. Okay. I really, really want to edit fiction, like novels, like science fiction or fantasy or historical works or even young adult or new adults, maybe horror. I mean, I love books. I love reading. I love writing them, but that's a different topic for a different day. I'm super excited to say that I've got a couple of people who are sort of entrusting me to their written works and are allowing me to edit on a freelance basis. And like I want to do them justice. I want to make sure that I can help these writers polish up their works to be the best versions of themselves they can be. I think, at the end of the day, that's kind of what an editor does, is really tries to polish a piece and make it the best it can be. And so kind of getting into the nitty gritty and proofreading and like line editing, making sure all the grammar and spelling and punctuation is on point. Like, I love that kind of work, which is why this editing internship has been super fun. So I really hope going forward afterwards that I can continue to be an editor and that I can network with more writers who need somebody offering super, super low rates to like look at their stuff and, kind of provide whatever help I can in that regard to polishing up their work. So yeah, that's kind of about all I got right now. Again, if anyone would be interested in having a live conversation regarding the Borgen Project and how they can get involved, let me know. I'm super happy to host another live session and get people talking about this and get them hooked up with, you know, whatever they need to be their own advocate for global poverty and ending that. So yeah, I think that's really all I have. So definitely like leave me a comment. Let me know how many times I said if you counted. I'm sure that would make for a fantastic drinking game. I'm sure you'd be sloshed by now. I might actually go have a beer after this because this was anxiety inducing. I haven't filmed myself for years because it's terrifying. So I hope you all have a fantastic weekend and that the next week is stress-free and full of good things and decent weather because, you know, nobody hates decent weather. So bye.